I grew up on the East Coast. I started surfing when I was 13 in Virginia Beach. A few years out of college, had been in a surf shop in a little while, hadn't surfed actually in a little while, and found myself looking for something that fit my life. I was living in New York City at the time. Probably spent about an hour there and ended up at the counter with one t-shirt and a 14-year-old kid next to me buying the same t-shirt. It just didn't seem like there was anything that not only was fitting where I was after college, but also didn't represent anything that I had sort of grown up with or kind of the surf culture that I knew. So when I kind of thought about it after that, it was pretty clear that there were, a lot of other guys like me that probably were looking for the same thing.
Jason and I got together over some drinks, and he's like, yeah, I have this great idea. I want to start like an East Coast surf apparel company. So I was like really enthusiastic about it. I'm like, that sounds great. What's it called? He's like, I don't know. That's up to you. You're the creative one. I wanted something that was like more of a call to action. I wanted us to be able to like put our stake in the sand, if you will. So I came with BreakEast.
BreakEast fits that guy that's just driven in life, but it flies in the face of what we've always thought of a surfer. When I go out, I'm in the lineup, right? And I'm surfing, and I think about like the guys that are around me. There's writers, there's photographers, there's artists, there's, it's guys who are more than just surfers.
East Coast surfer is understated, and you wouldn't know if a surfer was sitting next to you on the subway because it's not on their sleeve.
It doesn't have to be East Coast or West Coast, it's everywhere, but it's sort of identifying with that mentality of a guy who just makes the most of life in and out of the water.
When I came and met the team, they had a vision of where this was going, and for me, it was really, really amazing that I could be part of creating the aesthetic of the brand, the design language, the voice of the brand. That's basically every designer's dream. So when we came up with the Crumble collection, it was basically thinking of our guy, being like, all right, so I need to go to work, do my thing, and then maybe if I can cut out early, I'm just gonna go to the beach and then maybe catch a couple waves and then meet some friends afterwards. So what do I wanna wear?
You can live on the beach of Rockaway or Montauk, and it can live in the streets of the city as well, right? So it's got that dual functionality, and the way that we design that, because it's got so much coming out of it from what we see around in the city.
These shirts have the DNA of a surfer and someone who lives in the city.
Right, and that's the beauty of the functionality
of it.
Fashion
DNA and surf DNA.
Within BreakEast, we give 1% of every purchase back to the Surfrider Foundation. The sole mission of the Surfrider Foundation is the preservation and protection of our oceans, waves, and beaches. The fact that they are so dedicated, it was really important to me that Surfrider was a part of BreakEast. The underlying goal behind this, to me, is to see a better image of a surfer out there. That's what's important to me. If we can be a part of that, fantastic, because the real story of surfers everywhere is not being told. It's sort of living in the past and living in an image that was created long ago that really doesn't represent what we've got today. So BreakEast stands for the spirit of surfers today, and I want them to feel inspired. I want them to feel good about wearing it. I want them to feel like they're representing kind of the real surfers that are out there wherever they are.